What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time to talk about the fourth studio album by pop punkers Man Overboard. It's a New Jersey band, and this new album from Rise Records is titled Heavy Love. Man Overboard's name is derived from the Blink-182 song of the same name that actually didn't appear on an album, but rather a soundtrack or a compilation or something like that. One of my favorite Blink songs, so whenever I first heard about these guys, I was like, oh, I think I know where they got their name, and I checked them out, and I wasn't really into their style of music. They definitely play to the poppier side of pop punk, known for their more bright melodies than their gloominess, but at the same time, they're always grounded in their emotions, having some emo-leaning tendencies, if you will, lyrically. My first full-length experience with Man Overboard was 2013's album Heart Attack, and while I still see that as being some of their best material to date, I revisited that and some of their earlier work, and I wouldn't call myself impressed by any turn of the phrase. Standout tracks like White Lies and Swan Dies kind of helped curb some of that negativity I was feeling towards this band, but honestly guys, I can't hold back this time. There is not much nice to say about this new one, Heavy Love. The first time I pressed play on this album, I just kind of gave it a casual listen while I was driving around. You know, I do that fairly often to just kind of feel out how an album's gonna go for me, and I noticed that it had some nice, bright, sunshiny, peppy feeling anthems in terms of the instrumentals. The lyrical content wasn't really something that I paid attention to on the first listen, and I'm kinda regretting diving into it. Second time around, started noticing some holes, some little things that I could see through. The first thing I think I noticed started with the track Borderline, track 2, on this album. It's kind of a try-hard song about teenage angst and relationships and that sort of thing, and if that wasn't bad enough, I started actually kind of reading along with the lyrics. Trust me, the theme on this track gets old really fast. It's something that we not only get thrown in our face on this one, but it gets splattered all over this album, up and down, just not knowing how to handle the relationship or not knowing how to be a man. I mean, there's lyrics in there that say things like, I'm sitting in a park drinking beer out of a can, wondering what it takes to be a man, and I just want to throw something through my screen. Like I said, it's just pinned to our face over and over again. There's no trace of subtlety here. The main problem that I noticed with Borderline, besides its groan-worthy chorus, is the bridge of the track. It has the turn of the phrase, I guess it's just like me to get real sentimental before I leave, and that gets repeated like 4 or 5 times, and it just irks me to no end. The way the singer actually delivers this sounds like something that would have found a home on Jared Alonji's parody album. The problem with Heavy Love just doesn't lie in the fact that it buries itself in cliches. It's the fact that you're making mediocre bands like The Story So Far seem like lyrical prodigies. If you're doing that, then you know that you have problems lining your record. Take a look at the track Deal that appears near the end of this record, for example. I want to read you a few of the lines that pop up here and just the frustration that I feel because of them. Hey, do you not want to stay? If I told you that I missed you, with the bullshit get in the way? Would you not want to play? Do you know what you'd say? Dear Lord, man going overboard much? Talk about a terrible fucking rhyme scheme, and not to mention the vocals sound absolutely pathetic here as they wind their way into one of the most forgettable and one of the probably worst pop punk performances of the year. It sucks to say all these things and kind of beat up on this band just because there are moments that I really did kind of enjoy on this record, especially musically. There was potential here. For Jennie is tried and true enough, and I know, ooh, edgy, writing a song for a girl, not exactly the most creative thing in the world, but it does kind of ring true with a rather memorable chorus and some noteworthy vocal harmonies that I thought sound really nice on the ears. The drumming here is very striking, the overall feeling, the flavorful instrumental and guitar are something that are pretty sweet going down, I'll have to admit. The good times roll back to back on the tracks For Jennie and A Love That I Can't Have, 2 tracks that feel a lot more convincing and genuine. Another thing they have going for them is the fact that they don't sound like they were written by a 15-year-old boy that just got dumped or is struggling with his relationship with his forever girl. I'm getting a distinct mid to late 2000s rock vibe from this track, something a la Mayday Parade, or maybe some poppier sides of Escape the Fate, something off of This War Is Ours, and I think that's a nice comparison to draw. So those tracks were a-okay, more than just passable, but then I have to feel a little bit less guilty about ranting whenever we dive back to the negative side of things. We look at tracks like Splinter, one of the most lethargic excuses for a song that I've heard this entire year. Let me read from the Mastermind's lyric book on this one, starting with the pre-chorus right here on this track, Splinter. If I'm allowed to stay, and if I want to stay, I'll change everything 'cause you were everything. If I had my way, and if I had my way, I would fix you up instead of always piss you off. First of all, not grammatically correct. That line flows so awkwardly in that track that it just really sounds like nails on a chalkboard to me. Then we get to the chorus. If I never come home, then you really must know I adored you and I adore you now. If I'm really alone, then I really must go grab my book bag, make my way home. That really sounds like he's trying to write from the point of view from a teenage guy, and it's really frustrating. Heavy Love is a mostly well-played but very woefully pinned pop-punk record with the shelf life of milk being left out of the refrigerator. Let's bring in the outside co-writers next time, shall we, boys? For me, Man Overboard's Heavy Love gets a 2. So if you've heard the latest from the New Jersey pop-punk outfit, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Keep in mind this was all just my opinion, so make sure you smash the like button on this video to let me know that you enjoyed the review. And of course subscribe, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. If there's other albums you'd like to see me tackle, let me know about them down below. And other than that, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching ARTV.